We almost see no titties in movies anymore, and we only see dicks. Has anybody noticed this? Yes, I love titties. Big old titties.
What's up, you silly bitches in the chat? I know I've been gone. All right. I've been gone for like 2 damn weeks. Not really, but it felt like that. And I have recharged my batteries, and now I'm ready to shoot hot steaming loads with my boy EVS. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good to be here with you tonight on the incredible CAMELCAST.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Dude, it has. Yeah. Yeah. It was one of my favorite shows is when I got real drunk and we hung out the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time to get drunk and hang out for the second time.
Let's do it. Yes. Listen, we were working too hard. We got too much going on. We got to take a break and just enjoy ourselves. Talk some shit.
Yeah. Talk some shit. Yeah. That's what I'm all about, dude. That's what I love. Talk about some Cyberfrog. Oh, man. Those Hot Wheels be looking sexy.
Oh, you like that? You like the Hot Wheels?
Dude.
Yeah, it just seemed like a good idea, man. Let's make some Hot Wheels. People are making action figures, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. When I say people, I just mean me, because nobody else has or is able to do it. They try.
Yep.
But you know, Hot Wheels just seem like the next step because everybody likes them. You know, why not make some Hot Wheels?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love how if anybody shits like at you in your direction on Twitter, you just post a screenshot of the Hot Wheel. And you're like, what do you think about these Hot Wheels, bro? I'm like, this is beautiful.
I just post that. I post anything. Like I'm not here to endure your hatred. You're here to endure mine.
Exactly.
So, you know, my thing is basically to like I didn't follow you on Twitter. You followed me. So what am I doing listening to your bullshit?
Yep.
You know, if you post hatred at me, what you're going to get back is you're going to get love in the form of art of some kind of froggy art that hopefully will make your day a little bit better. And just so you know, it's like I'm here because ultimately I'm here because of the fans. I love the fans. They're never going to get hate from me. Like they're going to hear hate from me, but about other things. They're just going to get love. You can just be like, fuck you, Ethan. How could you do this? You're ruining my life. My entire existence is based around my sense of well-being is based around all the YouTubers I follow getting along, and you're ruining it for me. You're ruining for me. And you know what I'll say to them? I'll say, calm down, son. Daddy's here. Love you. Proud of you. You did good today. You're a good person. You tried hard. Okay? You took a big swing at the ball. It hit you in the nuts. But you took a big swing. You swung for the fences. That's what it's all about.
And also, do you like this Hot Wheel?
Look at this Hot Wheel.
Look at this Hot Wheel. It's beautiful. Yeah, dude. Look, I've noticed there's been like a weird last 2 months, which I think has been longer for you. But when I started noticing this, as like creators or artists or what have you, we kind of like shit on tribalism, like in media. Like we're kind of like fun at poke at it. But all of a sudden, there's like a weird like tribalism in like indie media now, and it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen because I like all the people involved I like, and then I'm just seeing more people get involved and more people get involved. I'm like, what is going on right now? Damn it. Like it's like Nick, God, dude, everybody hates him. Well, you know, everybody on that spectrum, they hate him now. I'm like, what the fuck? All he did was give his legal analysis of some lawsuit, and everybody's like, you're a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Nick flew too high, too close to the sun. That's the thing. Like Nick was, you know, he rode the YouTube Express all the way so close to the sun, and I don't know what happened. Like Nick is awesome. I do hear weird stuff, like people saying weird shit about him, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not our Nick Rekieta. No, he doesn't drink too much. He doesn't drink every day. All this stuff. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. Nick's terrific. But yeah, if you do step out of line around here, some people do get their noses out of joint because why? Tribalism? They just want, you know.
it's this weird criticism. This all started. Let me hit this goofy super chat real quick, and then we're going to talk about how this randomly came about. It's the weirdest thing in the world. It's actually like it's a weird hypocritical thing. Real quick, Billy Hatcher, I love you. I appreciate you. Look at that giant red ass $100 super chat. This guy's a maniac. Thank you so much. Says time for another fun big stream. I missed your ass. Not to see you, Cody's second lover. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. You're goated. You're the man, and we're already a fifth of the way to Naked Snake for 231 streams in a row, 2 years straight. Thank you, Billy Hatcher. I love you. I appreciate you. ASE says, hey, Cody and EVS, would the goal be for Naked Frog? Like the stream every 1 minute salad. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, ASE. And Snafu says, here's a sad $500 because Metzgerhund isn't doing well. Thank you, Snafu. So here's the craziest shit that started all this. And preface it with, I don't have any opinion of anybody involved. People that are nice to me, I'm nice to them. That's how I live my life, you know?
Yeah, me too.
And so there was this whole goofy criticism from, it was almost like a troll criticism. And then there was like a legitimate criticism from Dick Masterson, one of my buddies. And I like him in real life. He's always been super cool. He buys me drinks everywhere I go. So I'm fucking like, so it's great.
He hasn't bought me one. I didn't get one drink over the
time. He just walked up and he was like, you drink whiskey? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, here you go. And I'm like, well, damn. So I was like, well, he's good in my book. So he gave a criticism, like a bunch of notes for the first Awesome issue. Because there was like this big like joke about it on, I think, Flashcast maybe. And he gave some criticism for it. And it caused this fucking meltdown. Like this crazy, like weird meltdown. And then you said we should be open to criticism as artists, because any kind of criticism to improve our product for fans. And that's all you said. And that shit just fucking set off a damn bomb somehow. And it seems pretty reasonable to me, you know?
Yeah, well, I understand like why that bothered a lot of people, because most of these people aren't really invested in, it seems to me, a lot of people aren't really invested in the idea of improving and becoming good storytellers. They're interested in ruling right now. We rule. Don't you understand? Like, this guy rules. And this guy's saying that he doesn't rule. Fuck that guy, because my guy, the leader of my tribe, rules. And I don't get that, because I came from the world of comic books, in which like this for me this is serious. Like, making comic books and storytelling is something I've been doing for 30 years now. And the first 10 years of my career, I got my ass kicked. You know, it's like people who were my elders who'd been doing this longer looked at my work and told me it was shit. And they were right, you know. And they told me, and they didn't tell me much, but I had to learn to improve. I had to watch. You know, I'd get some criticism here and there. I had to learn to improve. I had to learn to develop this craft. It took some time. It's not going to happen right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So, but see, the thing is, like, I knew that like sustaining a career in comics for any length of time meant that I would need to stop and listen and learn. You know, because if you don't measure up to the people around you, you know, you are going to find yourself without a job. So I improved fairly quickly, and it all came from criticism. At first, the criticism really hurts, and you're just like, "Fuck you!" Like, I worked so hard on this, and you're, "Fuck you!" My heart is in this. Yeah. Fuck you! And you just get really mad and stuff. And I completely understand. But see, that's you as a young person. It's not you as, you know, somebody who's developed a thick skin and you're able to grow. So I'm seeing this all go down, and I guess like at first I was kind of surprised, but because the reason why I'm surprised that it's happening here rather than happening to young people who are starting out in comics is because this entire community has built itself up on kicking the shit out of almost everything critically. It's just what we do. Channels are built, reputations are made, people become sort of elevated in status on YouTube's, all because they're really good at criticizing it, finding fault with things. It was shocking to me to learn that we could dish it out but couldn't take it, because all of this is about that. If we could rewind things, imagine this is a VCR, and we could go press a button. Okay. And then we're like at the point where Dick Masterson says, I think the book sucks. And people are like, you didn't read it. And he's like, I'm going to read it. And then he reads it and he's like, no, it does suck. And here's a page of notes. If at that point in time, everyone, and by everyone, I mean Eric July, and Eric July leads the way about things like this, had just said, oh, cool. All right. Yeah, thanks, man. I'll read these. That's helpful. Thanks. This never would have happened.
Yeah, that's the end of it right there. Yeah.
He wouldn't even have to read the notes. But to do something like that, I guess would show a kind of humility that is rare in young men. To be able to say, I'm not perfect. To be able to show, is that showing weakness? To say, I'll listen to criticism? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
Would people look at him and go, you're not as great as I thought you were, because this guy's saying you made mistakes? I don't know. I don't know what caused that, but all I know is, in this world here that we've created on YouTube, weakness is not in accepting that you have weaknesses. Weakness here is showing that you have thin skin. Because people who have thick skin know they have weaknesses and they can take criticism. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, your microphone's too hot. Hey, your show yesterday kind of sucked. Could you not? Hey, your comic book wasn't very good. And here's what. See, that people have to have thick skin. And that is, to be able to accept the fact that you have weaknesses is actually a strength.
Yeah.
The other way around is a weakness. And once people see that you have thin skin and can't accept your weaknesses, that is when the internet descends upon you and pounces on you.
Yeah.
And that's where we are right now, unfortunately. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. I'd like to go back in time and say, son, just tell him, okay, cool, thanks, man. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. 4 words. And all of this wouldn't have happened. Be amazing.
Yeah, I guess the justification for it is Eric's kind of built his channel, or a certain portion of his channel, like a segment where he monetizes haters. And although I agree, I've done that before, where I read like anger comments and all these death threats because they're funny, because usually the people that do that are like brain dead almost. But the person that was on the other side of this was Dick Masterson, who is you could almost call him a professional troll. He's like the best.
Well, he has there's something called IQ. Some people don't believe in IQ. I'm seeing some low IQ people tell me that there's no such thing as talent on Twitter, which I've never heard of before. So it's like, no, some people are naturally good at being artists, and so some magic fairy came down and hit you with the wand and gave you a special superpower. Is that right? What?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, if I had spent as long drawing at the drawing board as you did, I'd be able to do what you can do. Oh yeah? Is that right? Amazing. And I was like, oh, these people actually, like, we this generation, like, first of all, doesn't believe in God. Okay, that's one thing, and doesn't fucking believe in talent. They deny that something called talent exists.
Yeah.
So in other words, like, extraordinary athletes, I don't know, are delusional or just put the work in. So it's like, put the work in.
I remember being in 4th grade. And I loved drawing. That was like my favorite thing, was drawing. And I thought I was pretty decent at it. But my buddy Trey could draw almost like photorealism in 4th grade. And I'm like, how do you do? And he held his pencil all weird. And I'm like, how do you do that? And he's like, I don't know. I just think about it. And I'm like, what, did he just work harder? No, he was just a badass. And he should have used that as his career. And then he didn't. But still, he was amazing. He was
wasted talent. Talent.
Yeah, maybe he had
a lot of talent, and he just got to pick and choose. Some people are like that.
Yeah.
But you know, we live in a world where that's happening. Oh, look, this beautiful girl says hello to us.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is really strange. And what you said about thin skin, like the most damaging thing you can do, in my opinion, is explain yourself to the army of trolls. Because as soon as you start justifying and explaining, that's all they're looking for. You could literally say yes. Dude, you know how many times people have come in my comment section saying a different criticism here, here, and here, here, and I said, yeah, I agree. And that's it. And then they're like, oh, okay. I remember one time this guy left a comment and he was like saying I was a grifter and you know, I'm only worried about money. And this was years ago. And he didn't like my channel or whatever. And I responded and I was like, I agree. You know, I'll try to get better. And he responded and he's like, wow, I actually respect that. I subbed. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. Well, son of a bitch.
Nice. Yeah, it's really nice.
It all worked out in the end. But everybody having this meltdown and this tribal explosion, which kind of like sucks because, you know, I talk to Nick every day. We're friends. We've been friends for a long time. I talk to all these people. And they come on my show. We talk about this kind of stuff. It's fun, but I've almost noticed this kind of pattern where anybody that's involved in that spectrum like doesn't answer my DMs anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, bro,
they decided you were with them. That's why, right?
Right, and that was what we were supposed to be fighting or like running from, is this weird like tribalism thing. But it seems that you can't escape it no matter what community you're in. The people that scream, you know, the loudest about this tribalism thing in politics or families or Twitter or media, Disney, Marvel, are the same people that will swear you off just because you had somebody that may disagree with another person that you don't really even know mutually on your channel. It's wild to me. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's like you're all kids. Like, see, the difference is like I'm almost 50 years old, and all of the people in this community are kids to me. I don't give a fuck what any of them think. They're kids. You know, Daddy will spank every single one of you. I don't really care. But a lot of people really do deeply care. They're invested in this. I mean, I watched Az make a video yesterday that was largely in reaction to all of this, and it trashed me and everything. And he explained very delicately that these people are his friends, you know, and it's like, you've never met these people. Like, I don't think you've ever met them in real life. You stream with them every week. But he's got a very close personal friendship with them because when he acts like an asshole on Twitter, and everybody in the universe makes fun of him, then these people, he says, circle around me and protect me. That's called a hug box. That's called a bubble.
Yeah.
That's called, you know, a safe space.
That's
what that is, dude. That's what you're describing. Like, again, all of the stuff that we made fun of 5 years ago, we're now falling prey to. And I guess it's just natural. I don't want to be too judgmental about it because people are human beings, and human beings all act a certain way. Like, you know, you can try really hard to avoid it. But again, that requires like self-awareness.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people, like, you know, explaining to Az that it's like picking on, he starts a video. This is the video that I'm talking about. He started this video by saying Director X, who, by the way, Director X is a black man. And he's an underdog. Okay. He's managed to find himself in a position where he's got this idea. And this idea of his is he's going to take Robin Hood, and then he's the Robin Hood legend. He's going to put it in the ghetto, like urban kids. A girl is going to be Robin with a Y hood, Robin and her hoods or something. And it's the Robin Hood legend, but it's like, you know, in the ghetto, and it's now. And he's doing this show, and I've never even fucking heard of this show. I honestly have never heard of it. But for some reason, like, it's this community has decided it's terrible. Okay, this internet community decided this show is the worst thing they've ever, like, you know, this isn't even, people are pretending to like this. This thing sucks. And so, you know, the director, he calls himself Director X. He says, listen, I'll talk to you guys. I'm watching your videos and you're saying shit about my work. And it's like, it's not even real. I'll talk to you. And they say, no, we're not going to talk to you. Fuck that, because you're a racist or some shit. Really weird. But he was on Yellow Flash's show. I got a chance to talk to him. He was a really nice guy, and it kind of humanized him. I don't know if his work is good or terrible, if he's an SJW, whatever, but he was good enough to actually have a conversation with us, and that's rare. Everybody's terrified of talking to the other tribe right now. So you have to acknowledge and say thanks for that. So anyway, Az says, listen, I'm making all these videos trashing Robin Hood because fuck this guy. His show sucks, and it makes you guys laugh. And my channel's growing because I got a hobby horse to beat the shit out of. So I'm going to keep making these. You know, Batwoman's dead. I used to watch all the Batwoman, but that show's over, so I got to do this. And so anyway, guys, I'm going to make these videos for you. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to grow my channel. I'm going to make money off of it. Now, why are Dick and Vito starting an entire campaign to beat the shit out of the work of my black creator friend? Why are they doing that? I'll tell you why they're doing it. They're doing it to grow their channels. They're doing it, and it's not even cool. It's not fair. They're doing it to make money. That's all. And this is all just trolling. It's just internet trolling. I'm like, Camelot.
Yeah.
You understand that, like, that level of self-awareness.
That's I see.
Like,
I haven't
so
even,
blind to what
sorry.
I can't. I can't understand, like, how you can, like, in the first few minutes of your video, say, I'm going to beat the shit out of this black director and his stuff to make you laugh and to make money, and then don't do it to my friend who's a black comic book creator, and these guys are bullies who are just doing it to make money. Yes, that's the internet.
Yeah. So I've actually not thought about that. I watched a little bit of the Robin Hood show, and I've been talking to Disbrew, who's had in-depth reviews of it, and they're very funny. And I feel like if you go into the show with an open mind and just kind of enjoy it out of the funny factor, kind of like The Room, you'll enjoy it because there's entertainment to be had at some points. But you know, it's objectively bad. But when I was talking to Disbrew, I was like blown away that this Director X guy was jumping on YouTube channels and like saying his piece, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
Just showing up on Yellow Flash and being like, let me talk about it. And I'm like, no one would ever do that.
That doesn't happen. Ryan Johnson didn't do that for us. Kathleen Kennedy would never do that. None of these people would do that, and this guy is. And again, it's like, people in the chat are saying the show's bad, you didn't watch it. Irrelevant. That's not the point. It could suck. There are people who think ISOM sucks, and they read it, and they think it's terrible, and they're making fun of it. Okay, that's all it is. So it's the exact same thing. It's just that it's another tribe attacking our quote-unquote tribe, and so it isn't so pleasant. But we should be aware, like a little bit aware, that it's like what's good for the goose should be good for the gander, but we're not. We're pissed. We're furious. Like, we should just kind of be able to say, yeah, they're doing the same thing we do back to us, and, you know, whatever, fuck them.
Yeah.
But it's like shocking or something.
The difference between us and them, which would be like mainstream or Marvel, Disney, or like branches off that, the difference between them and us is we should be able to take criticism and trolls and laugh about it and move on. But it seems a lot of people are in this space are reacting the exact same way that Disney or Marvel or directors or certain actors react when anybody criticizes any piece of their work. They're acting the exact same way, and it's kind of strange.
Well,
expect that.
Well, hold on now. How does this is the interesting thing? How does Disney react to our trolling and our videos?
Well, Disney as a company don't react at all.
They don't give a shit.
No.
You get zero reaction. And maybe that's why this is so weird. Like, Disney is actually behaving to, as it turns out, Disney is reacting to the trolling and the shitty critique videos and all of the obsessive, like, Brie Larson and all this stuff, exactly how they should. They're ignoring it. And that's it. You just ignore it. Or you say, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks. We love our fans. Even the ones who don't like this, maybe you'll like that. Whatever it is that they're saying. Brie Larson isn't going, fuck you, quartering. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That would just never happen because somehow, even though she's a crazy bitch, she's like elevated above that, right? So she wouldn't directly react to that. And it's a good example. Like it actually, that kind of thing is the reason why Brie Larson isn't really being trolled anymore, or it didn't really get worse or weirder or harder than just, eventually once she showed her boobies on the fucking, which show was that? Late night show?
Yeah, dude, they were fat looking. I was like, damn, baby, what's up?
That changed everything for me. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And that one time where recently, this is what, 6-8 months ago, she was at a press conference and they were like, hey, does it bother you that Johnny Depp is attending this like award ceremony? And she's like, I don't care. I mean,
yeah,
like, but you were the spokesperson for the Me Too movement, blah blah blah. And she's like, I mean, if his movie's bad, like I guess there's criticism there, but I don't have an opinion. He's welcome to be here. And it like 90% of people were like, yeah, I'd fuck her now.
Like, completely deflated that whole thing.
Completely.
That by that kind of non-reaction, not taking the bait, all that stuff.
Just don't show me your toes and I'll be fine.
I know, those were weird, weren't they?
Those look like somebody hit him with a hammer like 9 times.
How does that happen to a woman's feet?
Dude, like, don't she go getting pedicures and shit? Every girl I've ever known goes and gets pedicures every 2 seconds. And I'm like, why is this a chick? Dude, they need to cut that second one off and like graft some skin on the end of it. Like, holy shit. It's like an inch longer. Jesus. God. Psycho Crusher says, hey, EVS, do you know if Isom is an original character design? I can't help but notice that it looks similar to Sinestro. Is there any issue if a character from one IP looks similar to another character?
I don't think it looks anything like Sinestro, my Sinestro design at all. I don't know where the design comes from or what it means. I don't really know. So it looks okay. It just looks a little generic,
I like the cross and the penis. That's my favorite.
Yeah, like there's a lot. So many of the problems with this project would be like lessened if Eric actually was more forthcoming about the reason why. Like, why is there a cross there? Why is he named Isom? Like all these things, if he had just kind of said that from the outset, I think a lot of these problems wouldn't be problems. It ended up like everybody's going, well, what is Isom? What is Isom? And a bunch of people looked it up on Google obsessively and found the International School of Ministry, and then showed Eric on Twitter, the International School of Ministry. Many people proving now that Eric was aware a year ago because people said, is this who you're working with? And Eric was like, what? I don't know what you're talking about, but showed it to him. Now this stuff's evidence out there. He should have just been like, no, Isom is not. It's my grandfather's name. I thought I would name my superhero after my great grandfather. And that's all. It's just his name. Is that a mystery? Is that something you want to withhold? I mean, is it? Like, just tell people that.
Yeah,
been over.
It's strange, but as far as the character design goes, yeah, it's whatever. But let's talk about the character design for the steroid fucking hamster. That's beautiful.
What is the steroid hamster? So I don't even know what this is.
I have no idea, but there's like that one picture of the hamster getting like carried by the pigeon, and I'm like, dude, that is a great design. It's just a buff hamster. I'm like, this is beautiful. Love it. Love the buff hamster. Who wrote AlphaCore?
Oh, Chuck Dixon is writing the AlphaCore book.
Oh,
he's got a good gig. I hope he's getting like royalties off of this thing.
Yeah, cool. Because he's seasoned as hell. So. Oh,
yeah, he's one of these guys who, Chuck has been working real hard since he got blacklisted from the mainstream industry for his views, and I think it was his views on gay marriage, which he said no to.
Yeah,
he hasn't been working, so he's out there. He's been out there in the indie space, like just writing everything. You go to him and you say, "Will you write my book?" He's like, "Yes, I will." So he wrote something for me. I got a 10-pager off of him for Cool Story Bro, one of my books. And he's been writing with your boy Zach and all this stuff, but it's never anything like, it's never blown the roof off. It's never like financially, I mean. It hasn't blown the roof off for him yet. So I don't know anything about what he's getting paid, but boy, I hope he's getting a big chunk of this money.
What do you think? Like, what would be fair? Like a 5-10%?
Yeah, I would love to see him get, because I mean, really, I will say this. I think a big reason why this is being funded the way it is off of his name. That's my opinion. I think that Chuck Dixon trust in his name is giving Rip-a-verse of Second Wind. Like, okay, so the first 2 books were so-so, but now we've hired a really good writer, so please try us again. So if this book, I think this book's going to make $3-4 million.
Damn.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know, because it's Rip-a-verse, and if it does, like, you know, it'd be, oh boy, 5%.
That'd
Please be nice. Like, please be nice.
Let's hope for that.
He deserves it. He really deserves a windfall payday like that, you know.
That'd be kick ass. Fidelio says, only comics I read is manga. Ayo. Thank you, Fidelio. I appreciate you, my friend. Love you. You're the GOAT. My favorite anime, as usual, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Thank you, Fidelio. I appreciate that so much for your $20 super chat. Mal Charon says, the only thing Nick did not turn on his friend or bend the knee because the community wanted him to. Dick and EVS are similar. They're unrepentant dicks, and that isn't always a bad thing. It's a good thing. In most,
I disagree. I'm not a dick at all. Everyone around me that's doing this and trying to see, I'm just being honest. I'm, like I said, I'm 50 years old. I didn't get to be 50 years old and become Ethan Van Sciver to be pushed around by YouTubers or their fans. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think all the time. You can like it or you can lump it. I don't care if a bunch of YouTubers decide they're not my friend anymore, or I'm an enemy of their gay little community. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to make independent comics and make independent comics possible for other people. I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah.
So for that, but except for you, Camelot, I would like to be your friend. I hope we are.
Thank you.
So, and Nick Mercado too.
Yeah, dude.
He's been a swell guy. So yeah, I don't, you know, when you confront me with things and try to push me around and say you will be dishonest about this if you want to be our friend, like or be in our group, that's you being a dick to me, not vice versa. When I say no to you and I push back hard, that isn't me being a dick. That's me responding to you being a dick. Simple as that.
Yep, I agree with that. Snafu is posting Cyberfrog 3 Red Extermination in the chat. Make sure you go back that. We'll pull it up here shortly. Cash Kester says, I just backed 2 covers of AlphaCore. I don't care about the drama. I love all you guys. Hopefully Vegas in February, ? I'll be in San Diego in February, early February. Would like to shake your hand, man. But where? Some of my Regina Bro books. Regin bro. Thank you, Cash. Appreciate you. Oh, Cash. And real quick, Sean. Is this the same Sean? Is this my boy? My boy, Sean? $100 super chat. Oh, my.
That's great. Cheers.
I lost the game. We are 199 from Naked Snake for the 231st stream in a row. 19 away from the 24-hour stream. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to take a swig of whiskey on you, Sean. And yes, I am chasing it with White Claw because I found one in the fridge because I don't have any Coke. Thank you, Sean. And thank you so much for hanging out with me all week. I had a get-together real quick. I had a get-together in Orlando with a bunch of my mods, and Sean was a new addition of that. I'd never met him before, and he was one of the coolest people I've ever met. And I can't wait to see him again. He was a hilarious guy. Hilarious guy. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you. And I love you. BA says, hell, EVS and Camelot. Appreciate how real the two of you are and don't play the go along, get along, unlike so many others. Hope more follow your lead in Hell Comic Skate. So, BA, thank you, my friend. Yeah, dude, that's never been how I was. So when I was a kid, Ethan, my biggest my goal was to be a popular kid. I was like obese and tortured. People like beat the shit out of me. Called me fat all the damn time. My nickname in middle school was Cheeseburger. And when I was in 9th grade, I switched schools because it got so bad. Even teachers bullied me. It was freaking crazy. It was like a rural Alabama place, right? So I switched schools. And I went to the new school. I started playing football immediately. I signed up for football. I was a left tackle. I lost like 100 pounds, like immediately. And all of a sudden, I was like a super popular kid. I was like going on freaking Florida trips to the beach with all the popular kids and their mom and dads, like they're millionaires and shit. And I did that for like a semester. And I was like, wow, I don't care about this. This was nothing like I thought it would be. I met a bunch of fake people. And then I just went back to my core group of friends that I've always been with and just played Xbox Live, hung out. And those are still my friends to this day. I'm in my 30s, by the way. Still the same guys I grew up with. And it taught me that I don't care to belong to any group. If a group doesn't want me because they want to cancel me by association because I'm friends with another person and they demand me to kiss a ring and stop being friends with that person, that ain't gonna happen. I will leave a community voluntarily before I betray a friend that's, been with me since the beginning. It's very silly to me. Which leads me to like one thing. I was watching your show recently. I've been watching your shows religiously, and there
Thank
was
you.
a time. There was it was a while ago where Eric sent you a DM or a text, and it was
A
basically
text.
saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm holding back all these trolls, but if you basically, I'm paraphrasing, but basically, if you don't side with me and come out publicly and side with me, then I'm going to let all the trolls come after you and destroy you."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was after that first Flashcast. Did you watch that? Were you on that Flashcast? I can't remember if you were
I
on
don't
the
remember.
panel.
I don't remember. I was probably drunk, but I have watched the clips from it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dick Masterson came on and everything, and I was there. I tried to keep my mouth shut because I didn't want to get involved. It's like I was hoping, like I told Eric initially, like, yeah, you really like the criticism that you received was good. It was really good. Like I'm envious of it. It's professional criticism, which is
Yeah.
rare. Imagine like taking the time out of your day to read somebody's comic and then take notes and then write up a synopsis of what could be better. Like, you either have to love someone or hate somebody to do that. But either way, it's really useful. Like it's a very useful thing for a creative person to have. But I just said those notes were good. He's like, no, they were retarded. He's retarded. And I'm like, he's got a really high IQ. I don't know if you know that about Dick Masterson. If you've noticed that he's not a dummy. You can like him or not. He is a troll, but he's a troll mostly because he's a bored kid with a really high IQ. And I know a lot of those. So, the notes are good and you should have probably listened to them. No, they're retarded. I already debunked the notes and I watched them debunk. I didn't want to get into it with him. Like, I watched how you debunked the notes, dude. You sat there and you nitpicked things, inaccuracies in what he was in the initial, before he gave the synopsis. And then he said, see, this guy doesn't understand. He did it for his audience. Camelot, I can't when I think about it, I get angry. I'm just like, just please, all right. So, anyway, yeah. So I sat there when Dick came in, I was very quiet. I just kind of was like, they're going to work this out between them, but they really didn't. Like Dick ended up apologizing. I said, Dick, the problem is that you said his business was a scam. That's why he doesn't want to listen to your creative notes. And Dick was like, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. And Eric didn't really accept or hear his apology. And that was it. And then Vito was trolling my chat like a couple weeks later after that. And, oh, you won't send me the link or something like that. And so I sent him the link to have him come in so I could kick him out.
Yeah.
And it was right after that I got a text from Eric that was just like, listen, I see you playing the middle. He's like, or pretending to play the middle. I can't remember what exactly it said, but basically, in so many words, it just said, what you're doing is strengthening their retarded narratives about me. And if you, continue to do that, listen, I don't let people who dislike you, express that around me because, I'm, that's corny shit. I think something like, but I'm going to, he said, if you continue, I'm going to reciprocate on that. And I wrote back, I was like, this is a threat, dude. So we got on the phone and we talked. I said, you're threatening me right here. You realize that, right? And he's like, I'm just saying that, this
I'm
conversation. So, but I mean, it's clear, the whole thing was this whole thing where it's like, well, with tribalism, most of the tribe doesn't like this one kind of outsider, Ethan Van Sciver. But because Eric is kind of King Eric over there and he's an important part of their tribe, they need him, for certain reasons. So we've got to, if he says, you're not going to attack Ethan because he's doing covers for me, he's kind of still in with me and all this stuff, whatever it is, they have to be kind or they have to keep their mouth shut. This was him saying, like, you know, if you don't like conform to people, this whole thing, like, oh no, you know, listen, everything that Eric says is right, then I'm going to stop protecting you. You know, that's a threat. It's just simply a threat. And so I sat with that for a long time. The phone conversation I had with him was conciliatory, which is why he was so surprised when I revealed the text. Because I just said, oh, look, it's not going to make anyone happy. It's going to be bad for business if we're fighting. I realize this. And he said, yeah, you're right. Like, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so it's just kind of cool. But then Nick Rekieta started talking about, he's like, I know some people are on some kind of weird blacklist, et cetera, et cetera. And I went, I'll bet you that's me. I'll bet you I'm on that blacklist. And that really bothered me because like I had this text in which I was being threatened and I was like cowed into submission. So I mentioned it. I said, by the way, you know, just to let you know, like I did receive this weird out of the blue text. People, by the way, say things like, I would never reveal private messages. Now, let me tell you what my ethics are with regards to private messages. You and I have a conversation about something in a private message. I'll protect that. You out of the blue, I didn't talk to you. I haven't done anything to you. You send me a message that's a threat that I didn't ask for. You send me a message that I didn't want to receive, something that's bad. I don't have to protect shit. I don't owe you privacy. You know, it's like that's the point where I'm just kind of like, if I want to reveal this, I will. You send me a weird thing like this, I might show people.
Yeah.
So I did. I said, I have he denied that he did it. I said, I have the receipts and I showed him and he was shocked that I showed it. Absolutely shocked. And denied that it was a threat and all this stuff. And then here we go.
Yeah.
World War III.
I saw a stream about it when he was live and he was saying he didn't really justify or defend the message. He just kept saying it was shitty to show a DM. And I'm like, but what about the contents of the DM? Like, because he was like, well, no one should ever show a DM. And I'm like, all right, well, I get that. But like, what about the response to the DM? And there wasn't really one. It was just like, don't show
well
DM.
I mean, can I send somebody a DM? Can I send him a DM or one of his friends a DM that's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you and your family? You know what I mean? Can I do that and expect privacy? You know, let's take it to the extreme. Can I send a real legitimate, you know, overt threat of violence to somebody and just be like, hey man, you showed my DMs, that ain't cool. Like there's a certain amount of privacy implicit, you know, and understood when you're sending a friendly message to someone and you're having a conversation, or you confess something to someone in private or something like that. There's a certain amount of, but if somebody is saying, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you, that's a threat. And there should be no expectation of privacy. Somebody keeping that private on your behalf. That would be an enormous favor for me to do that for you, honestly.
Yeah, I would have just called. What about this? So I've seen this this statement a couple of times just pop up here and there. By the way, we are $1.99 from Naked Snake, everybody. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Billy, for the giant drops, a pink away from a rainbow knot. So there was this one quote I kept running across, and it was Ethan, Ethan, you're not as important to this as you think you are. What was that about?
That was weird. Well, in the phone conversation I had with him, he said, well, you know, I said, Eric, this is all happening because you keep, like, basically the same thing that I just said. I'm giving you good advice. You know, you can listen to me. I'm giving you really good advice. You're ignoring my advice, and this continues to happen to you. And I don't know what other people are telling you, but everything that I'm telling you would avoid this situation. And he said, you think, Ethan, he's like, you think you're more important to like the comics thing than you really are. And, you know, I was just like he was frustrated that I would sit there and kind of deign to tell him, I'm advising you, like, or something like that. But I mean, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, as a friend, I'm telling you how to handle this situation as a creative person on the internet. And he said that to me, and I was just kind of like, dude, like, you were holding back, like that. That's almost like what do you call that when it has nothing to do with what we were talking about? Like, what is the Well, it's irrelevant. Yeah, it's just kind of like out of the blue, something else. And, ad hominem, I
Yeah.
guess is what it is.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, you're holding that back for a while. Interesting.
It is weird, and it's strange to me because I see a lot of Twitter stuff, and I got to preface this with, because people are probably just joining. I like the people from F&T a lot. I like Eric July. Eric July was scheduled to come on my show and then disappeared on me recently. But that's
Non
whatever.
sequitur. That's what I was looking for. Non
There you
sequitur.
go. There you go. But I see this stuff on Twitter that's just really strange. Very strange about how EVS is jealous of the success. And then I look at Cyberfrog that has, over $500,000 in backing with no warehouse to fund and none of that. You're just, you're doing your thing and shipping it out. Which is, I think that's a very smart thing. Have like a, kind of not a warehouse. I feel like that's a lot of money, man.
Well, it's a hard thing. You can't, when somebody says you're just jealous, like, I mean, any response to that is a confession to jealousy. Like, all you can just do to that is just shrug, like, and it's a conversation stopper is what it is. And I think it's intended to be. I feel jealous of, no, I don't want to be sued by a Christian ministry for a trademark infringement. That would fucking ruin my life. I don't want that. That's going to be very, very bad. I don't want the bills he's got. I don't want the overhead. I don't want his 15 employees. I don't want the panic. I don't want to over order my comics by 50,000. I can't sell them and all this stuff. I don't like, no, I'm not. I'm if I were, I'd be panicked. I don't think I would. I don't think I'd feel envious. It's not easy. Running one of these businesses, a comic book business, isn't easy because money is like the tide. It comes in and it goes out. Like, don't think for a minute that it's like, this my new Cyberfrog book, $550,000, an awful lot of money, way more money than I'd see in like 5 years or something like that of working at DC Comics. Comes in and you spend it. It goes out. You spend it making the product. You ship people the product, you can sell what's left over, and that's what you get to keep. And it's the same thing with him. Money comes in, money goes out. It's not sitting in a bank anywhere. Running a business is incredibly stressful, incredibly expensive. And the more money you make, the more money you spend. And you have to be extremely careful about it. I'm in a lawsuit right now, too, so I know what a lawsuit costs. I'm being sued by a pornographer who does pegging porno.
What?
Named Preston Poulter. I mean, so I actually prefer my lawsuit to his. I'm being sued for defamation by this guy who literally makes like pegging pornography and tried to undermine ComicSgate, tried to steal the trademark of ComicSgate and put it on books that were were most people who saw the books that he wanted to put the ComicSgate label on were upset by the content of the books. Let's just put it that way. And that's why I'm being sued for saying so. That's my lawsuit. I know how much it costs. It's expensive. It's really bad, dude. It's very stressful, and it just goes on for years. It doesn't stop. Like, my lawsuit has been going on since 2020, and it'll probably continue until it'll probably end next year sometime. So,
and it's not the lawsuit itself. It's like the years of having,
paying a lawyer,
retainer, and all that shit. It's just brutal.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter. Like, even if this isn't a meritorious lawsuit, they think it is, and they offered to settle. And that's, my advice initially was, dude, settle whatever they're asking for. It's not going to be anywhere near what 4 years of paying a lawyer is going to cost, and then the risk and uncertainty of possibly being found guilty, because trademark infringement, and trademark, not copyright infringement, that's one thing. Trademark infringement, when the USPTO has assigned you a trademark, a mark to use in trade, you don't get to get up there and go, well, let me explain something. This is where I got my version of it from. They go, that's that word that you're using in trade. They own it. You're now going to pay them, an enormous amount of money. It could go into, depending on what they say the damages are, could go into 7 figures. It's going to be fucking crazy. I know all about it already because I'm actually suing that same guy for putting my label on his comics, and he's doing something called trademark counterfeit, which is 50 times worse. But it's a terrifying kind of ordeal. I don't, I'm not jealous. I'm worried for them. I wish them well.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Real quick, everybody. If you know anybody that wants to appear or that you would like to appear on the CamelCast, or you yourself, make sure you follow the booking agent on Twitter. It's in the chat right now. You can tag your favorite creators in my most recent post on Twitter, and that's how we got EVS on. Because without a Twitter, it's impossible. Because I got banned on Twitter, and I had an entire month booked out of guests. And when I got banned on Twitter, as soon as those guests were dried up, it was impossible getting guests. The only person I got was Razor Fist because he responded to an email. Probably because he's like my age. So he responded to an email, and thank God he came on. And it was an awesome show. So thank God for that guy. But I got a booking agent now on there that I'm paying, which is great, to set up the shows. So James Hunslinger has a good question. And somebody said that my opinion in the chat, my opinion changes on the guest. You are missing the preface where I say that I like these people and I'd love to hear from them. But you've already been touched with the tribalism, and you think that me having a guest on that may have a slight different reaction to a troll that Eric had means that I am a bad person now, which doesn't make really much sense to me. But that's just how it is. I understand the chat's always been that way. You can't really change it. James says, did Az ever explain why he thinks you're a snake, or did he just make shitty statements about you, EVS?
I think it's just in general, like I should have been friends with all of them. I should have stood by them when they were doing things that I just thought were destructive. See, to me, it's not about a group of friends. It's about a movement. I don't want to intentionally look stupid in front of the rest of the world. And when one of these guys does something that's embarrassing to the movement of, say, being against the rampant use of pronouns in the media and all this gender politics, when somebody does something that makes us all look stupid, I get angry. I don't support that. I'm like, I'm worried for you. God damn it, is my kind of reaction. Like, stop acting like that. And so that's my whole thing. I mean, I think that, it's like, oh, well, you're supposed to be our friend, and instead you bite us rather than comforting us when we do stupid things. So I guess you're a snake. That's what it is. But look, I didn't volunteer to be a part of the hug box. I'm cool. Like, seriously. To me, like the freedom of being able to not worry about these people's feelings as I continue to do what I do is a freeing thing that I need to kind of maintain. I need to be around people. Like, if Nick Rekieta does something really, really dumb, and I say Nick Rekieta just did something really, really dumb, Nick is going to be cool with me saying that. Yeah. And that's why I like Nick, John Malin, all my friends, all my close friends, like Shane Davis does something dumb, I'm going to say so. And he's not going to be like, you're a snake and a backstabber. Like, he's just going to understand. It's done out of love and concern for the larger picture, I think.
Yeah. And I just like asking questions and talking to people. And unfortunately, the only people that will come on are people that are slightly with this spectrum, and I don't even think they are intentionally, like Nick. He just gives his legal analysis and everybody hates him for it. It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the fact that when people want a conversation, politically, conservatives show up on any network asked, and liberals will not. So it's like it's like that kind of
sometimes, right? But so why isn't that happening here?
That you would think. Like, I would love to have the other people on and hear exactly what they have to say. And I wouldn't be like, you're a fucking liar. I'm not. I like to hear what people say. And I think about it logically, and, I'll come to a conclusion, in my own mind about it. But just the fact that I have people on will piss people off. Shit, dude, I've looked at the chat when Nick is on, and people were like, "Oh, I hate Nick," blah blah blah.
Why? How could you hate Nick?
Yeah,
It's
and then like
ridiculous. He's the nicest guy in the world.
yeah, they're like, "Oh, Nick's a degenerate, and now I can't watch Camelot." And I'm like, my entire channel is built on me being degenerate. What do you mean you can't watch because Nick is degenerate? I am so much more degenerate than Nick is. Like,
yeah, Nick is so much fun lately. I love when he drinks. He's just great. All right, hold on a second. Let me put on a baseball cap because now I have a wig line here. Looks like I gotta, but it was getting hot. I'll be right back.
Snow Rome says, a Comicsgate projects tend to get bigger from campaign to campaign right now. That is because of sketch models and good advice. I haven't seen that from Riververse yet. Well, I believe it was 60%. ISOM 2 was 60% of ISOM 1. I think AlphaCore will be more. The story will probably be pretty good. And there's fucking steroid hamsters, which I love. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you, Snow Rome. I love you. Frank says, hit me up when ISOM has a legit toy line like Cyberfrog. Uncle E isn't jealous. Mailing an EVS or Blueprint. Get on it, doggone it. Thank you, Frank Hernandez. I appreciate you, dude. Koof says, thank you for not killing yourself. Thank you. Dislike Bob says, why is Courtney Love here? Where's EVS? Thank you. I appreciate that. Professor says, I'll always answer your DMs, Big Bowie. Thank you. Wicked Virtue with a $3 super sticker. I appreciate you, baby. And Rake Knot says, bastards, your effing time change messed me up thinking you're live sooner than you are. Yeah, so I thought that was like not a thing anymore. And then I looked at my phone and it was an hour prior. And I was like, oh, they fucked me. They fucked. Now it's dark at 4. I can't even drive my damn supercar anymore because it's freaking nighttime. It's lame, dude. It's a lame time. So that's just how it is. I thought they turned it off. I thought there was like a vote in Congress, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to make this a thing anymore." And
what would happen if we did stop doing it? Like, what would happen?
It would just get darker. It would get dark at 6:45 instead of 4:30 or 4:50. And I'm like, man, I would like to be able to get home from the gym before it's pitch black outside.
Before it's dark, like it's black at 5 o'clock now. It's crazy,
and no one likes black. It's depressing. Sorry, I've been drinking whiskey. It happens. Real quick, Billy says, I'm a bigger degenerate than you are, Cody. I'm a weeb. That's for damn sure. And that puts us 150 away from Naked Snake, 650 from Fight Milk for the first time in weeks. I haven't been live for weeks because I've been on vacation, but I appreciate you guys. Billy, I love you. I appreciate that. So there was this thing. So there was one phrase that has popped up out of nowhere, and I've noticed it on Twitter. There's one phrase that seems to trigger everyone, and I want to know why, and I want to know who started it. It's the phrase is, what is your favorite part about ISOM? What is that about? What's your favorite part of ISOM? And then everybody freaks out. There was like a big post talking about it, and like it was like the troll. What is it? I think Az posted it. Is this big, like, if people
bring it up, like, where is Az's response to that? What did Az write? Are there any can you find like and share that tweet?
I will. If I can. God, it's so hard to freaking find anything when you're a baby.
You gotta have this stuff ready so we at least have context, you know.
Yeah. Hills versus baby. I can't find it. I suck. All right, here we go. Let's do just do this. Actually, if I follow him on Twitter because I like him, dude. I've been watching Az's like workout and weight loss journey, which I always find inspiring because that was me when I was, in my late teens and mid 20s. I did it twice, and he's always posting freaking pictures of him in the gym, and I think that's really cool.
But they're always his sweaty face. Like they pop up on my timeline. Like I don't know if I was following him or somebody else was who was retweeting him onto my timeline. So I'm scrolling through and I just see him like with a scowl on his face covered in Crisco. And I'm like, and he's like, fucking pussies, did you work out today? I'm like, who is this guy? Every single time it's just his face. Like there's got to be a point where you're taking a full body shot. Like that's the point of working out. You want to show your body,
It's an age thing. Face. I feel like it's an age thing. Sometimes older guys will just post pictures of their face and on social media, and it's weird. I don't understand it. I mean, I understand what you're saying 100% because I see it on Facebook every day from people I went to high school with. They just post pictures of their face, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And the caption has nothing to do with the actual picture. It's really strange.
Well, I mean, I can see that, but when you're like, I'm at the gym, I'm exercising, I'm losing weight, and people knew what you look like before. The point is to see your tummy shrink. You know what I mean? It's to see you lose
Yeah.
your baloney tits, and just become like more fit.
Yeah. I can respect that for sure, though. I can respect that for sure. Going to the gym and trying to change yourself. So here's what it says. It says, what was your favorite part of ISOM? ISOM 2 is a line said by concerned troll cunts that have no interest in what your answer actually is. If you reply, I loved it, then you're a shill or lying. If you reply, it was okay, then you didn't really like it, but you're trying to diminish the impact. If you reply, hated it, then, oh my God, Eric's friends don't even
See,
like
this is why Az is a retard, is because the question is, what is your favorite part of ISOM? It isn't what is your opinion of ISOM. He went, if you reply, so somebody goes, hey, Camelot, what's your favorite part of ISOM? And you go, loved it. Are you a retard? Yes. If you
because
say it was okay, retard. If you say hated it, retard. All three responses get retard to the question, what was your favorite part of ISOM? Do you understand what I'm saying? He's a fucking dummy.
So
Sorry.
it's like, oh, the question was, what is your favorite part of ISOM? Not what did you think of ISOM as a whole?
That's right. So,
Yeah.
right. Not, it doesn't matter what was your favorite part of it, because that's very specific. You want to, like, if you ask me what was my favorite part of Raiders of the Lost Ark, I probably have an answer for you. Everybody does. You know, you remember that movie, a lot of different scenes. What stuck with you the most? You know, obviously the guy with the sword and then Indiana, you know,
That's a good
is
one. I like
a
the
great
part.
scene.
I like the part at the very beginning with his little like shitty friend tries to steal the gold thing, and he runs off and gets just spiked, and it's like that.
And you just turn
prosthetic-
around and he's right in your
and
face,
it's
like
like
his body.
it's like that 70s prosthetic effects where it just looks so nightmare fuel. I love that shit. Yeah, dude. That's like my favorite
Amazing.
part of that movie. And it's at the very beginning. I can turn it off immediately. It's so great. It's a great
Naptown
movie.
Nerd says, Ethan, I love that you just called Az a retard for not answering it when he literally answered the question in the stream yesterday, which you responded to. Naptown Nerd, I'm talking about this tweet. I'm not saying he never answered the question. He said, what was your favorite part of ISOM? As a line said, the blah, 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 blah. No answer. Look, if you reply, loved it. Do you see what I'm saying, Naptown? Don't question me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not that he's never answered it. It's that he wrote this poorly. Surprise, surprise, a poor writer. Imagine that.
So it says, the more you concern troll, the more everyone sees how bitter, resentful, and jealous you are of the man that put his money where his mouth is. And one, which, dude, preface this with Eric has been kicking ass in campaigns. So props to that. But this points back to what we were talking about earlier, where there is React channels that will shit on Director X for Robin Hood, which I see as justified. But it's also he's able to talk about his show on channels with people, which is pretty cool. So there's that.
All creative people are like that. See, that's why this is such a weird phenomenon for me, where it's like, you know, like working at DC Comics for 20 years, you call up Jeff Johns and you're just like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, or he'd call me and he'd be like, I'm writing this JSA thing. Listen, let me bounce this off you. All right, check this out. Like, Ma Hunkel is in it and she does this and this and this. And then this, is that cool? Isn't that cool? And like, you're always talking about stories. You're always talking about the characters. You're always working it out. And like, you don't see that so much, you know, from this. You just don't see it. Like, I can talk about Cyberfrog all day long. It was really kind of nice, even though Director X is an SJW, like, you're right. He wanted to talk about his story. And I was like, nice, cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's not good, cool. You know?
Yeah. And it's, why are we not willing to do that on the other side? It's kind of strange. It says, well, it's like I said, it's people jumping into it that's not used to the entertainment industry, I think. And every, you know, criticism is labeled as a personal attack. Because you have you know, egotistical personalities involved. And like you said, when you first started out, if anybody said anything negative, it's like your baby. It's like they're slapping your kid, right? And that's the issue. It says right here, it eats people alive seeing someone succeed so well, not just in general, but becoming the legitimate biggest story in the whole comic book industry. If the concerned troll cunts put as much effort into trying to succeed themselves instead of making tons of sock accounts, you might actually do something. Now, it points back at, why is everybody why would everybody be attacking Director X? Let's say, would you not be attacking him if he was your personal friend? And would you be making the same post about him if you knew him in real life? That's kind of goes hand in hand. It says, AlphaCore is available Monday. I have no doubt in my mind it'll be colossal success, which it is. So get creating more sock puppet bitches. I just, in my opinion, as a creator of 5 years and dealing with this shit every day, as far as people that Hill versus Babyface is talking about as, this is it. Now, look, I'm not shitting on anybody, but this is the absolute worst thing you could say, because it's just going to turn that shit into overdrive, which creates problems for Eric, because then people are fucking looking for goddamn trademarks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
it's so like aggressively hostile and stupid at the same time. Like, it really is low IQ, stupid shit. Let me explain why the comic book industry doesn't care about ISOM. In case you're wondering, if you think it's just because Eric is black and conservative or libertarian or anything like that, comic book industry doesn't care because they think what Eric is doing is he has amassed an enormous following with every other aspect of his career, and now he is selling them a comic book. It's not that he's selling comic book fans in like the comic book community a comic book. He didn't sell alongside Marvel and DC. He sold parallel to Marvel and DC to his audience. And nobody's talking about the book, and the people that read it said it isn't good. So that's why it's not a big story to the comic book industry. And I found the same thing because Cyberfrog came out and made $1.2 million, and they also didn't care. They just didn't give a shit. And the reason why is because it's like, well, you're selling to your audience. There's some truth to that. You're just selling to your audience and not to our audience. So you're not competing on the same level as we are. You're not on the same playing field. You're not, in the same stadium as us. So we're not impressed. And in order to really get this to become a big story, in order for them to care, if what you want is for them to care, you need to sell through the direct market. You need to put the book, and I understand this. I just don't care because, look, frankly, I'm in it to tell my story and make money. I don't care if they're impressed or not. I couldn't give a shit. But if I wanted them to be impressed, then I'd have to put Cyberfrog in through Diamond or in through Penguin Distribution right next to Marvel and DC, and I'd have to chart in the top 50. And if I could do that, then I'd become a story. They could not deny, they couldn't avoid putting me in that sales chart next to the other books comparatively to those books. And I might do it, Camelot. I might do it anyway, just for fun, because I'd like more people to read the book. But there's really no money in it. The fact of the matter is, I think me and Eric and Comicsgate, we're really in it for the creative freedom to be able to tell our own stories and to make a lot of money doing it. So we don't care what the comic book industry thinks of what we're doing. We just don't.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. But it also should expand to critics. Like, I don't take what you're saying as a personal attack, but I might read over your notes, see what you got to say. That's what I would do, in my opinion. That would be fun for me. I would love to see what people have to say, as long as it's not out like overtly hateful and just stupid, because I'll turn that shit off immediately. Miner says, shit, it's Ethan the gay going shirts off, Ethan. Thank you, Miner. I appreciate you. Art the Clown says, EVS, not sure I'm blocked on your main Twitter, but I probably was just trolling. Thank you, Art the Clown. I appreciate you. He's the one that tagged you, I think, initially in that random post I made. Thank you, Art. I appreciate you. Frank says, what would you rather in the trunk of your R8 Camelot, cases of white glass, Cyberfrog toys, or Uncle E's favorite selection of pies? Probably pies. I'm gonna be honest, because I love some damn pie, and
it's pie season.
Yeah, the trunk's in the front. The trunk's in the front. It's a frunk. So thank you, Frank. I would love to have some frunk pies. Russell, blah nips out. Thank you, Russell. Truffle Shuffle. Thank you, Russell. Frank Hernandez. I meant White Claws. Dumb spell check. I am chasing with White Claws because I'm trying to have a good time. Alan West says, if one question can send a person into a spurg out rage, what does it say about them? Ask Jack Murphy about his reaction to a Cook article. It's a great point.
Oh, shit. I didn't even put those two things together.
That's a very good point. Yeah, because he freaked the fuck out.
This is really simple. I mean, honestly, just tell your audience, answer the question. Read the comic book and then answer their question. And that's it. They ask you, say, my favorite part is this, and then they'll stop asking because you're proving that you read the book.
Oh, damn. That's just
so easy.
If I got as many viewers as FNT, there would be an endless amount of Eric with Jack Murphy beard memes for the rest of time. That could just from reading this super chat, it would be over. It would just be Eric would only have the Jack Murphy beard.
Oh no, he's got a big beard too.
The beard
That's common.
Yeah, beard of shame, as Jeremy would say. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you. Fire PA says, "Give your Twitter guy a raise, EVS." Thank you, Fire PA. I love you.
Oh, I'm back on Twitter. Yeah, this is the whole thing. We were talking about this. Your Twitter's gone. What happened?
Yeah, so real quick. So I have a booking agent that I have on Twitter for booking people on this show. But my original Twitter was banned because I made a stupid joke, which was funny, and it's actually very surprising because I post a lot of messed up shit, in my opinion. I'm like, damn, this is gonna get me banned. And when I clicked the email, I was so surprised to see that it was a response to a joke article that I quote tweeted that got me banned, perma-banned forever. So basically, real quick, the joke article was quite literally a picture of the Chad guy that's like ripped, and he's behind some prison bars. And it says, Australian man arrested for graping an intruder in his home, which I thought was hilarious. So I'm like, oh my God, he broke in and then got graped. How could that's like the worst thing that could possibly happen. You thought you were gonna get money, and instead you got graped. So I quote tweeted, and I was like, if you break into somebody's house, I said, if you break into my house, I will grape you. Like, it's like, because it's obvious, like that you revoke consent if you walk into my house at 3 a.m. And I got permabanned for that because I was invoking violence or something on, I guess, the intruder in my home. I was invoking the violence on them.
That is ridiculous. Have you like sent them notes saying, hey, unban my Twitter?
247 appeals.
Really?
Yeah, and they have they immediately within 6 seconds didn't deny the appeal. I just put out one every other day. I'll appeal it every day.
When was the last time you did it?
Today.
Oh, okay. Well, my thing is that first of all, we were banned around the same time, and that was right when that stupid woman that Elon Musk hired
Eliza
came on board.
That one?
No, not Eliza Blue.
It was the
new
CEO. Yeah.
And I started to notice that things really tightened up around there. Like if I posted a picture of a guy sucking his own dick and said, "This is you fighting Nazis. This is what it looks like to me," which is what I got banned for. You know what I mean?
Jesus,
like the answer would be, your account is blocked, delete that tweet, and then you can have access to your account again. That's all that is. That's not a reason to permaban someone. But I got permabanned for it, and I did send in like at least 20 appeals. Not too many, but I'd say, unban this fucking account right now. Like this. And I'm talking to that woman or somebody who works for her. And of course, it was just like, nope, that was, no, that was unacceptable. And so I started to notice, though, that there are a lot of people on Twitter that are saying, I had my account just got unbanned. My account was permabanned and it just got unbanned. I'm back on Twitter. And I went, oh shit, it sounds like there's a man making choices now.
Yeah.
I said,
dude, I saw that. So, I got that screenshot that you were in that group chat or something. And I was like, oh, bro. So I went to try to log on to my Twitter, and I was still banned. And I was like, fuck. I was like, come on, please, Jesus, for the love of God.
You got to just keep trying, I think.
Yeah.
I would try. I posted twice in a row. I sent 2 right in rapid succession. Unban this account right now. I didn't do anything wrong. I need this account for business. Let's go. Open it up. And instantly opened up today. And it was great. So
cool.
Keep trying, dude. And let's get it going.
I miss having the Twitter, because you know how it is. Like if you don't have a Twitter with 10, 15, 20,000 people, like people look at it and they're like, oh, that's not a normal. I don't, that's not real. And you'll have these people that would accept an invite to come on your show, which won't now because they won't, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So it's annoying. Axiom says, you really got to stop with a passive aggressive insult, Sandy. I don't know why they hate me, but I think he's a failure to launch. I like them. I told them all they are zeros held up by Gary.
I know exactly why they hate me. It's not passive aggressive at all. I've said over and over again, this is why they hate me, because yeah, I'm not, I do say things like that. I said failure to launch yesterday. Listen, we're way past the point where we're fucking around with each
Yeah.
other. I'm saying exactly what I think. He said exactly what he thought. He did it first, and now it's my turn. I'm saying exactly what I think. Yeah, I said I got high on edibles, and I said those guys are all zeros. I was so fucked up. And I'm on a live stream. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I just remember saying, I was like, people were asking me, when are you going to go on Friday Night Tights again? And I just said, man, those guys are all fucking zeros. You got you got Jeremy up there, you got Gary, and then a whole fucking fleet of just fucking orbiters who, all parrot the same opinions. Just seto. Of course, that got back to them.
Yeah.
And they were just like furious that I would say that. And I think Heel versus Babyface denounced me for it and said, I demand an apology. And I said, I'm sorry, I was high. Did anybody on that panel ever did anybody on that panel ever make a mistake when they were high on drugs? I refuse to believe.
I do it every day. And I'll text that one girl from 2 years ago and be like, man, I wish I could see that froth again, baby. And then I regret it the next morning because her boyfriend texts me. I'm so like, I get it. I've been there,
Damn.
No, it's no, dude, I love those guys. I love Gary. So when I was in Houston for Matsuri, Gary, I was like kind of nervous because Gary's, look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Gary's got a big following. He's got a lot of influence. And I was like, he probably won't want to like hang out with anybody. And I shit you not, Gary walked up to me in the lobby of the hotel and was like, hey, we're going to get Mexican food. Come on. And I'm like, okay. And it was just me, Critical Drinker, and Gary. And we hung out the entire week. So and I never asked Gary for that. So that was pretty cool. I like Gary a lot.
He's just some YouTuber. I don't understand. It's like, wow, he hung out with you. You're a handsome dude who gets tons of pussy. What do you care if he hangs out with you? I don't understand. He should want to hang out with you.
I grew up in a trailer park. With nothing, Ethan, with nothing. I didn't gain any kind of anything until I was almost 30. Like, so it was like new to me.
Yeah. All right.
I wasn't a badass working at Marvel. Okay.
I'm just saying, if I were a young single guy, I'd want to hang out with you too, because I'm sure girls flock all around you. I'd maybe get some cast-offs. But I'm not like, oh my God, Boogie2998 hung out with me. He's got an enormous following and he hung out with me. Oh, who gives a fuck?
I agree with that. No, I'll never forget that time I was in South Carolina and I just see Boogie walking up to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Boogie here? And he's like, Camelot. And I was like, what the fuck? And he just like ordered me hot wings and then just started freaking smashing drinks. And I'm like, wow, Boogie, this is weird. Like, I've never met the guy. And he just walked up to me and he's like, hey, Camelot. And I'm like,
and he knew who you are, huh?
He knew who I was. And I was like,
that's great.
And then he came on my show and it was fun. He's a wild motherfucker. Real quick, I gotta get 2 super chats real quick because these are wild. It's my True Blue. One of my OGs from day one. It's Patrick Williamson.
Wow.
$100 super chat. My God. Oh, but wait. There's more. If you call right now for the same price, you can get 2 $100 super chats. Patrick Williamson with 2 in a row. That's Naked Snake for the 231st time in a row. Puts us 4 $398 until Fight Milk for the first time in forever. Thank you, Patrick. You're the man. You're the GOAT. Your penis is astronomically bigger than mine, and I appreciate you flopping it on me. Thank you so much, Patrick. You're goated. Thank you for helping your boy out and giving him a little bit of that thunder. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate you, dude, so much. Slackless says 2 for the Goomba. Ask EVS to troll. Could you imagine?
What's a Goomba?
That is what Nina Infinity called my dick because we were talking one day and she said my penis looked like a Goomba, like the Mario Goomba, because it's tiny, Ethan. So she, and
how does she know what your penis looks like? Does she know what your penis looks like?
Yeah, she knows.
She does.
Yeah. No, I described it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't show it to her. That'd be weird.
I don't know about maybe. Who knows?
That'd be weird. Oh, speaking of set it and forget it. $100 super chat from Patrick Williamson, the third in a row. My God.
This guy's gonna see your Goomba. I'm pretty sure he's working at it.
This is my my comic book, like Indiegogo. It's Patrick Williamson. Thank you, Patrick. My man, the top dog, putting us at exactly 666 in super chats on YouTube.
Victor Olmstead said, "Don't lie. He showed it live. He did it live. So apparently, you did show her your penis.
Apparently, I showed her my penis, and I did not get banned. Luckily, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you. You're goated. You're the man. 3 $100 super chats for the first time, and I can't even damn remember. That is huge. It's my first show back in a long time. I really appreciate that. It goes a long way. You're goated. Thank you so much, Patrick. I'll come back to you and give you a kiss later. Wong says, wasn't Gary Neurotic super high once, and he screwed up so much he ended up in jail? Well, I mean, when he was a fucking kid, he's like in his 50s now, man. Like when I was a kid, dude, you know how retarded I was when I was 16? I was retarded. And I'm so glad I don't have to be held accountable for the shit I did when I was 16, you know, that no one saw. Thank you, One Wrong. I appreciate you. Vito, the cuties connoisseur, says FNT is one or two funny guys and Apollo Goobers. I've been on FNT and I loved it. I had a lot of fun on FNT when I was on, and I hope I get to go back. I doubt it, but I hope I do get to talk to those guys and hang out with them because they're good people. But they're stuck between a rock and a hard place with a lot of shit that's going on right now. So I get it. Thank you, Vito, and thank you, Patrick. You're still a bitch, Vito. I'm just gonna be honest. Just to be honest, Vito.
Look at Patrick Williamson. Look at this guy.
They're good people. Oh, look at Vito. He's just throwing shade in the chat. He ain't give a fuck. Speaking of not giving a fuck, Patrick Williamson with a $200 super chat. Oh my God. $100 away from Fight Milk, and we're only an hour and 20 in. That
is this guy into you? Like, is he I mean, he could be, right? I don't know.
If he showed up right now, I'd be like, bro, take your pants off. Thank you, Patrick. My man is going hard as hell.
This is like, this is something else.
This is crazy. Thank you so much, Patrick. I love you. I appreciate you. Vito, don't tell me you wouldn't smash. Okay, Vito's over here shitting on my girl Nina. Look, Nina's a bitch. Let's be fair. But no, I'm just kidding. He says, "Look up Nina's feeling."
Why does he hate Nina? Nina is so pretty. I really like.
He's trying to say he wouldn't bang Nina. Come on, Vito. Don't mess with me right now. I mean, I know she's like above the age of 14, but still, I think you can make it work.
Oof. Yeah, Nina's beautiful. Nina's absolutely beautiful. I think she's probably the nicest and prettiest girl in the sphere, you know.
Really?
I mean, Anna's really pretty, but she's a bitch, you know.
She is, but behind closed doors, Anna will. If I'm noticeably distant or in a bad mood on Twitter, Anna will message me. She'll text me.
Oh, will she really?
Yeah, she'll be like, "Are you okay, bro? You want to talk?" And so I think Anna's pretty cool.
Wilberforce Wooster is exactly right. You don't understand. For me to get $200 in super chats, they come in $2 super chats calling me fat and gay. It takes a long time to get $200 in super chats. It's unbelievable.
That's a lot of fat gays to have to go through.
Quite a few, yes.
By the way, make sure you like the show with EVS, the second episode with EVS. Appreciate you, dude. Slagless Vito complaining about pick me's while he works for a Never Was. Who's the Never Was? You talking about Dick? Come on, Dick's great. I love Dick. Thank you, Slag. Appreciate you, Slagless. Appreciate you. Wilberforce Wooster says, I know that what Ethan is thinking. Why can I get super chats like this without being called fat and gay? Hey, that's funny. You just said that shit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's true. It's absolutely true.
Dude, I'd lean into that shit. Fuck it. Thank you, Wilbur. Appreciate you, Wilbur. You're the goat. And Vito says, if Nina was pretty, her calendar wouldn't have failed. Well, I think it's because Anna looks like she's 16. And you know how dudes love them 16-year-old girls, Vito.
I think it's because Anna is showing a lot more skin.
That's true.
And Nina was Yeah, Nina was very conservative, and I even it was weird. I was just like, Nina, like you got to actually show a little something, something, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
you got to do that.
I gotta see that weird, like discolored skin where your asshole is on the sides, where your cheeks are. I have to see that to know. You know what I'm saying? So Anna's ass is fat. I would love to just poke it with a finger, not in a sexual way, but like her ass cheek to see how hard it is.
Mm.
You know, like,
It
see
can't be hard. It's got to be like cotton candy because she like her diet is when I mean here's the thing about Anna, like, you know, I picture her being like a marshmallow, you
yeah,
know, because she just eats sugar. That's all she eats.
she does. But every time I see her,
It's
she's like a little stick thing with a giant ass. It's really weird.
Mhm.
Every time I see her. But I'm gonna ask her like before she gets married, because I'm going to her marriage, of course, her wedding, and be like, hey, can I like just like poke your ass with my index finger, like not anywhere near any like holes, just like on your cheek to see if it's hard.
In
Like
her wedding dress? You're
no,
gonna do
like
that? Like,
before all
oh,
that. You know, she's pretty down to earth. I don't think she'll mind.
I'm going too. I'm gonna be there.
we're all gonna line up. Like, is your ass cotton candy or is it firm? I want to know, Anna. Oh God. Yeah. She's gonna hate me after this, but it's fine. I don't care. I love Anna. I'll still love her even if she hates me. Speaking of loving if you hate him, Psycho Crusher with a $100 super chat. Oh my God. Naked Snake is here. Psycho Crusher says, "God fight milk." Thank you so much, Fiber Crusher. Love you. I appreciate you. That is, I don't even know how many $100 super chats. It's like 7 today. I appreciate you guys so much. That will put us in the top 10 of the day in super chats and all of YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much. A couple more and we'll be in the top 2.
Amazing.
Thank you, Psycho.
Let's get there. Let's get to the top 2.
Yeah, I think I've been second and third like 4 times. I've never been first though. You got to beat ISO speed, and that little sumbitch is hard to beat. Thank you, Psycho. Pete says big obese and gay EVS.
That's what the chats look like that I get.
Frank Hernandez says, has anyone posted on As X the Cope a Cabana song? Copacabana. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you. Weed at it. If you aren't the age 7, you're under Vito's radar. Oh, fuck.
That's a tough thing to live with, man. I feel bad for Vito. I really do. He asked for it, but I feel bad for him.
That running joke's brutal, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Pretty fucked up.
Oof.
Oh, I mean, he's surviving it, though. At least he's surviving it. Like the show, bitches. We're 50 likes from goal, 300 from stretch goal. Get on
Cheers.
on it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about AlphaCore? You said you thought it would do 1.2 million first day. I was watching your show yesterday or the day before. You said you thought it would do, I think you said 1.2 million. Is that what you said?
Yeah, in the first 24 hours, not the first day, 24 hours.
Okay.
So tomorrow at whatever time, I don't know what time it launched. I haven't even seen it yet. So I saw the trailer. I watched the whole trailer, but I didn't see the campaign. What's it at now?
Let's look. It is at, if it loads, the website's a little slow. Dude, now look, it looks like a cool deal. But there are people out here that are wild. They're spending like $800, $900, $1,500, and I'm like, bro, you guys are wild. I can do that. That's like a ESP standard Japanese guitar for my ass. You guys are wild as hell. I do that once a year, like on a something. I mean, I bought a supercar recently, but I sold all my race cars and all my engines and stuff to be able to afford it. But yeah, it's at 600, just crossed 600,000, which is wild.
So we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what would be considered a success. I'm not, in the community. What would you say would be considered a success for AlphaCore?
I don't know. It's a number 1. I mean, it's already a success. I'm just thinking about like what's a success for Eric July and Ripaverse.
Yeah, because he was what was he? He was 4 million and then 3 million. Am I right?
No, he was at 3.7 and then 2.3, which that was a number 1 and a number 2.
So it was a 30% drop, 38% drop, something like that. So this would need, I mean, for it to be Ripaverse, I think it would need to cross about 2 million, right? To be like up there, maybe.
Yeah, like I don't even want to say because I was really wrong with the second one, but I'd like to see what really matters. The only thing that really matters is the first 24 hours because that's where all the energy is. People
Yeah.
are like, I want to get in there now, and I've saved up my money to back it hard and back it like there's a rush to back on the first day, and then day 2 it slows down a whole lot, and then by day, I mean, how long is this going?
It says it is ends on January 20th, so that'll be 2 months from now.
Yeah, I mean, in 2 weeks it'll be like at a crawl. It's actually he's funding it for too long. I would kill it.
30 days, maybe.
Yeah, I'd kill it in 30 days because he's running into Christmas time, and he ain't gonna see much during the month of December. I know that. So right now is a good time to launch, and if you can start fulfillment by December 4th, like he says, he already. I don't know how he does this or why he does it this way, but he already printed all the books. He has no idea how many he's going to need. He printed them all. That's crazy, crazy waste of money. But 12/4 would be good. Yeah, like end it right there and then start fulfilling, because it's gonna stop. And issue 2 did stop as well. Like after 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then there was this thing where he liquidated his ISOM for like $5 an issue or something crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. We don't know why he did that, but I mean, it could have been any number of reasons. It could be because, frankly, he has a huge backstock. It could have had something to do with the lawsuit. I don't know. But he still doubled his money because the books cost about $2.50 to make. So when you're selling them at $5, you're still doubling your money, Kind of, sort of, but not really, because that's just the printing cost. You're not taking into account what it costs to actually make the book in terms of paying the talent, storing it in the warehouse, all the things that, all the incidental costs to making the comic book. So I don't know.
There's also something really cool right here, and that is the Cyberfrog Dark Harvest, which you have. This is already completed, right?
No, it's still going. That campaign
really?
is in demand. Yeah, it is in demand. Cyberfrog Dark Harvest is like a short follow-up to Wrecked Planet.
Right.
And then also what I wanted to do on this campaign was remake some of the other books because we sold out of them. And the thing is to print enough to just sell out, and then you do another printing. So that book at the top is a chromium cover of Blood Honey, a brand new chromium cover with a number 1 on it, because people always ask me, like, where do I start reading? That's the book that you start reading at. So it's a nice chromium version of that. And then we reprinted Unforgettable Tales. 1 through 3 is a hardcover. We got those in already. They look really great. Just a nice hardcover edition of these 3 books that, again, everything's sold out. So, you just reprint it. Very nice. And then the other thing I think we did is you can get Wreck Planet. You can get Death's Sting, which is a nice secondary book on the Wreck Planet campaign. And what else was on there? Anything? No, was that it? That was it. Those were the things. Yeah.
Yeah. And God, you got 27 campaigns you've done before. Jesus.
Yeah. We've done good. Yeah, Cyberfrog has brought in a lot of money. And I'm getting pretty good at crowdfunding in terms of, I know what things cost. I think I took a little bit of a bath on 2 things: shipping Wreck Planet, and then the toys, the action figures.
Yeah.
Which were so expensive, but I wanted to make them so much. We spent about $250,000 of our own money to sort of reach that, that threshold to make 4 beautiful posable action figures that look like Mattel or Hasbro made them. They're wonderful. And you can get those on the Cyberfrog action figure campaign. But other than that, we're getting pretty good at, like, anticipating, knowing, and all that stuff. We keep our expenses kind of low, relatively.
And Red Extermination is still going, right?
Yes. Click that video.
Let's look at it. Here we go. Oh, let me turn the volume on so we can hear it. Oh yeah, I watched this earlier. I remember the song.
Is the third book, and I'm so excited about it because we trailed off. Wreck Planet ended on a really nice cliffhanger where our heroes are just in utter despair. They've been beaten down. The threat is far worse than they imagined, and they're way less safe than they hoped they would be. And that's Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet. It's getting great reviews. People actually will tell you what their favorite part of it was if you ask them, because they read it. And it's just what an amazing thing to be able to just get to tell this story. Cyberfrog 3 is going to be a very satisfying end of the second act to the larger story that I'm telling here. Cyberfrog has he's had the ability to speak the Vespis language and understand the Vespis language. The Vespis are the alien hornets that have survived, have colonized Earth, and they have thrived here for 3 generations, living off of human blood. Humans are just hiding from them. They stand no chance against them. And Cyberfrog had that language uploaded to them, and he has learned that they're really fucking smart. That humans think of them as just insects, but no, they're smart. They're clever. They live in these feudal colonies. And Cyberfrog kills one of them in Wreck Planet, just one of them, and it nearly kills him to do that, just killing one of them. And they consider him a murderer now. The Vespis are like very organized. They found the body. They put it on display to anger their entire hive. And then they're just like, you're a fucking murderer. He's like, you're a bunch of bugs that killed all the people here. What do you mean murderer? Anyway, things got really, really bad. He got left for dead. Lily was kidnapped and by the Vespis. Lily is Heather's daughter. And all they had, I mean, they just the end of the book, some hope arises for them. But the third book is going to be incredible. I'm really excited. It was great to be able to make toys like this of my characters. These toys are beautiful. The people who got them are just like, I can't believe the quality of these. We can do anything. I mean, with crowdfunding, we can do absolutely anything together. And to have an IP like Cyberfrog, where people are really invested in the characters and they really love the characters, and to be able to make toys of those characters. Kids handle the Cyberfrog toy and they just want to read the comic book. That's how to do it. How do we get into the minds of young people so that they have new heroes that can't be perverted by the radical left? There's the little PVC toy that we gave as a freebie. We were able to make those and give those away as a freebie for the second issue. There's a nice Salamandroid PVC there we made as well. So we're in the toy business. We're in the comic book business. We're doing it all. And I just want to ask your chat. I mean, you've got a big channel. If you guys would consider supporting me, I'm not, if you would agree to maybe, I don't know, not order DoorDash once and invest in a copy of Cyberfrog 3 so that I can continue to do this. And I can't do it without you guys. I'm not funded by anybody except for the public. The way I get your money is I tell great stories. I make great comics. My work is superior. My product is superior. and you're gonna have a good time. If you back Cyberfrog. So think about it, consider it, please.
Well, there you are. The Indiegogo is posted in the chat by me and Sonia right now. Consider backing Cyberfrog, Red Extermination.
Yeah, look at this action figure, dude. You gotta love this, man. This is so great. And we did this. It's just as good, and it's like really sturdy. It's heavy. I saw somebody give this to their autistic son, and he was just like, he was so into it. He loved the feet. We made the toes all bendable, so the toes are posable.
Yeah.
On the feet. A lot of fun to play with. You can give your kids one of these for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a cool design. I like it a lot. So back that, you bitches. Stop being bitches. And also, speaking of bitches, Trent Westbrook has arrived in the chat with a $100 super chat. Oh my God, he's on fire. Joining Patrick, Billy Hatcher, Psycho, all the boys. The 8th red boy, I think, of the night. Might be wrong. Trent Westbrook says, bro, EVS. Thank you, Trent. I love you. Trent, also an artist himself, does great work. Sent me a really cool poster he did that is hanging in my music studio. Thank you, Trent. I appreciate you. You're goated.
What's up, Trent?
I believe he worked for a large studio at one point. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but he did. So thank you, Trent. Appreciate you. You're goated. Snow Rome says action figures came today. EVS. Nice.
You like them? Good. Excellent. Yeah.
Wait. Cyberfrog is trying to exterminate me. What the fuck?
He's red.
Thank you, Red. Billy Hatcher said you should make a video game of the franchise. That would be cool as hell to see. That'd be awesome.
We have a demo. You can play it on amphibionics.com, our website. There's a Cyberfrog demo. It's just one level, and you can go around and beat up some Vespas and stuff like that. Eat some pies. It's pretty cool.
Rock on. Michael says Nina is the cause of all this Eric versus everyone drama. She asked first, have you read it? Yeah, I joke with Nina about that, and it pisses her off, and so I have to apologize over and over. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny because she didn't mean to be, but she did, and it was funny. It's like one sentence fucked everything up, and it's funny. Thank you, by the way, everybody on Rumble. There's a lot of people on Rumble right now. And Morsk says, I found all of you through Nick Ricada, EVS. Wish all of you would stream through Rumble too. I really, really hate giving support to YouTube. I think you would find a following on Rumble for all of ComicArtistPro. Rumble's been good to me. And I am closing in on 30K followers, which is pretty cool on Rumble.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
by the way, for the chat, Blood Honey is Cyberfrog #1, yes. And then Wreck Planet is Cyberfrog #2. And there are a bunch of in-betweener books that you'll see there to be read in between they're big chapters and then in-betweener books, I like to call them. So hopefully you will, that won't be too confusing and you can back it.
Hell yeah. Amorsk says, also, Nick never asked anyone not to follow someone. He is for freedom of choice. That's why I like EVS. He's very sly and quippish, but fair, even to those that are opposite of the aisle. And I think that's it's pretty reasonable. It's when you start getting like overtly hateful, which you never really see out of the people that are kind of like, look, I'm just trying to, navigate this. And it's unfortunate that you can be reasonable and also get shit on for something that's reasonable, like saying, hey, we should be open to criticism.
Right. Like, again, as I've said to my own chat, it's like we're going in one direction here. Like, we're not going in the direction of, I don't know, fighting with people. What we're trying to do is we're trying to just learn how to tell stories. And if there are people who are saying things like you shouldn't take criticism because there's criticism that's given in bad faith and good faith, that doesn't make any sense. There's valid criticism, there's invalid criticism. So, worrying about who the criticism came from is irrelevant. We just want to get good. And it's as simple as that. The money that you can raise from an Indiegogo campaign, $250,000 on one of these campaigns, $500,000. The money that you can raise is significant, but it's nothing compared to what the story will bring in. The IP. This is just money that I use to make stuff. The money that can be made from a Cyberfrog video game because the story was great and the characters are great. A movie, a TV show, anything like that. the IP, the story overall, that's where the money is. So we don't care about the crowdfunding as much as we care about making sure that the stories are good. And that's the direction that I want Comicsgate to go in. I want Comicsgaters to actually try to improve and learn how to make good comic books with good stories. By the way, we had Director X. I just spoke to him. He's interested in John Malin's Black Riding Hood, which is like, I mean, totally awesome. He's just like, yes, send me that shit. I said, I'll send it to you, but you got to consider this a pitch. Black Riding Hood, a story of a little black kid in the ghetto that's full of werewolves. All the gangsters are werewolves, all the other gang members. And this is just legit. It's like the hottest book right now that we put out together. And I was just like, amazing. How great would it be if, look at that. Give me that ass, says the big werewolf there. Give me that ass. Not sure how you'd read that. But how cool would it be if this became a TV show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just from talking to somebody who's in it. Yeah, we disagree about certain things, but yeah, let's make this a cool TV show and get out there and start affecting the culture like in a real way.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the fact that somebody will come in that's getting completely ripped apart, like Director X, getting ripped apart like a motherfucker, like from every single channel, and then he's willing to come on and talk about it, which is pretty cool. Which could lead to something positive in the future, you know. And that's just for making that connection, that conversation, instead of shutting everybody out and calling them, you know, trolls and pieces of shit, or saying their criticism's not valid because they don't like them.
Well, right away, the fact that he's willing to talk makes him worthy of working with me. It's as simple as that, because these are the thing that defines social justice warriors is that they want to shut out other people's ideas. If you disagree with them, they want you gone. They don't want you to join them. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to socialize with you because you threaten them. Your existence is threatening. That's what social justice warriors do. So if there's somebody who has leftist views, but he's willing to talk, we can talk and we can maybe do business. And it's as simple as that.
Well, it's the people have been saying that occupy the space have been saying for years, well, these people aren't willing to have a conversation, and these people aren't willing to, you know, even talk. They just want to, you know, throw insults, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, some of these people are willing to come to talk. And then all those people that have been preaching this shit for 10 years, suddenly they're, well, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just, you know, you're just a troll. You're just, your criticism is not valid. And it's like, what the fuck? You became what you swore to destroy.
That's right. Yes, of course. Talk to these guys. I mean, especially when they have power in Hollywood, they can make a change. And you talking to them and maybe being eloquent and convincing and persuasive could actually push forward that change. I actually had a chance to talk to him like on Yellow Flash's show, and I said, I just want you to understand that 50% of your audience, potential audience, is conservative and Christian. And the one thing you don't want to do is insult them. And I think they feel insulted. They'll watch your show as long as they know that they can trust you not to take a piss in their mouths, you know, every episode. Just be respectful and understand that we all disagree, but we all just want to have fun together. So he listened to that, and it was he was like, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
that's a change. That's all you need to do. Now, let me tell that to everybody. Let me say that to everybody working in Hollywood. It's awesome.
That's the thing is just acknowledging that what it all boils down to is everybody's going to be tribal. They're going to side with whoever they feel is more beneficial to their channels or their success professionally. A lot of people do that. That's like 95% of people, right? But if people can just sit back to themselves and be like, look, our end goal is good content, good comics, good TV shows, good movies. And it seems like only a handful of people can realize what we want is just good entertainment that touches people and resonates, you know, culturally and, you know, professionally and all that. But tribalism breaks everything. Everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Down. It's really annoying. Saxon Wolf says Camelot 331. Is Uranus a stretch goal? Oh, yes, sir. You already know. Thank you, my friend. I love you. 349 until double fight milk. Luke himself. I got a DM I won't really say who it's from, but I got a DM. Because I've had Nick on and because I've talked to people and I've probably already talked to Nick about this, but because I've had people on and talked about this situation with this whole like weird kind of like indie kind of split tribal deal, I got a DM from someone saying that I fed off of their channel and they can't wait to see my super chats fall to nothing. And I was like, well, that's pretty fucked up. I didn't even respond, by the way. But it's somebody that occupies the same spectrum. And it's kind of sad to see because somebody I really respect and liked. And all I did was bring on like Nick and talk about it. I don't think I ever said anything disparaging towards anybody really, other than like a small opinion, like what if I think that's a kind of a weird response or not. And Actman, no, what? No, Actman's cool. He don't give a fuck. It was Shane Davis. You got me. Damn it, Shane. Every time. No, no, none of those people. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild how people react to all this. And I'm very surprised any of it happened. And all from not being able to take any criticism. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, like don't worry about it. Just be right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to be friends with everyone. Just be right and be fair and be just. But I mean, just make sure that like you can back up your point of view and know what you're looking for. I think you're going to be okay. I think I will too.
Oh yeah.
I think I'll survive this. Hopefully.
Well, what the deal is people like you that respond to criticism or trolling or whatever that anybody wants to call it, depending on the day of the week. You respond to it in a mature and fun manner. And it's kind of a welcoming manner. So I watch almost every one of your shows, when I'm editing or like eating something, or I'll just turn it on one of my monitors.
Really? That's so nice. Thank you.
I do. Yeah. I do that with you and Nick. And there's a few other people I watch. And the whole chat's just fucking trolling half the time, right? And the way you respond is just like, I agree, or I don't know about that, but I am this, and like it's a jokey and fun way to go about it, which completely diffuses anybody that would be serious or carry any actual hateful tendencies, in my opinion. Because the whole point is to shame you. If you're not able to be shamed, then what's the point in the shame? And a lot of these people in the spectrum can't really respond in that way, and I feel like people like you will last a very long time in the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. EVS responds with stress eating at midnight. Your chat is awesome too. Every time I look over, there's something funny. It's like great.
Yeah. But if you can handle stuff like that, you generally will last a long while. And if you can't, you'll be fucked. Like you'll be fucked. And that's why people that are kind of hiding in the shadows and like blacklisting people and won't work with them, like in a couple of years, they're going to be fucked. Because they just faded to the background. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. For example, if Nick Ricada does something gay, I'll tell him he did something gay and I'll say it live. And I've done it. I think I've done that before. And he just like LOLs. He doesn't give a fuck. He just laughs about it.
He's cool like that. Yeah, I agree.
Fire PA says, my childhood, just remember loving X-Men, the animated series on Fox after school, and never treated its audience like children. Media is missing out. I agree with that, man. I agree with that. It's like every time I turn on, I don't even remember what I watched recently. I tried watching a show, and within the first 4 episodes, I think almost every relationship in the show, except for one, was interracial, and they were all gay. And it was like 5 relationships. And I was like, this is statistically impossible. And I was like, this is so silly. And it's like an apocalyptic.
What they want. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an apocalyptic show, but like there's a lot of character relationship drama, like petty shit. And I'm like, this would never happen. Like none of this would ever happen. And also, how is everyone gay? This is like statistically an anomaly.
Why are they promoting it? Why are they promoting homosexuality? Because that's what that is. I mean, when it's like everyone is gay all the time. And it feels weird to see heterosexuality now. I'm always surprised.
Yeah.
When there's a heterosexual relationship in certain shows or movies, that you're watching, you're like, what is this? Like 2 white people who are married together and they're like, a man and a woman. That's so weird.
It is jarring. When I'll watch a movie and I'll notice that. And I'm like, oh, this is actually strange. I don't see this very often. And then I realize it came out in 2009. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the new thing is like every commercial I'm seeing interracial couples It's always like a really nice kind of feminine black man, and then a white girl. Like they're doing this like they're it's like social engineering or something. It's like, why? What are these? I don't know any of these like super effeminate black men really. They don't seem to be like, why are you telling black men that they need to be like this and then date women, white women? And it's, weird. It's just a weird kind of phenomenon.
What Drex would say is, why would anybody want to date black women? That's what Drex would say. He'd be like, I can tell you immediately why. It's like, yeah, well, what happened?
Did you ever date one? You ever sleep with a black girl?
Oh yeah. I've never dated.
Have you?
I've slept with black women, yeah.
I never got to.
Like I hung out with this. I was at this club once, and there was this black girl, and dude, she was something else. She was beautiful, just gorgeous, and she was like very alternative and like almost goth. And she was like dancing with me, just out. She like locked eyes on me. This is back when I was like shredded, had like an 8-pack, and she like locked eyes on me and came over, and we started dancing on each other. Of course, we left together and smashed pissers and whatnot. And then I didn't talk to her again. But she was a little wild, but she was fun. She's cool. But I don't know. I could tell like she's if she would go through my phone when I went to sleep and then kill me in my sleep or some shit. Kind of like a Hispanic woman. Hispanic wasn't like,
I've had one of them.
They're like, oh, also, how I can't be careful. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. They're like, okay, be careful. You have fun at the gym. And then you get there and you're lifting and you just see her out in her fucking car sitting in the front parking space, making sure you're at the gym. I was just making sure you wasn't somewhere you were supposed to be. I'm just saying. It's like, what the fuck, bitch? I'm at the gym. It's like, oh, just making sure you weren't fucking that whore. And I'm like, what the fuck? Bitch, stop being like this. No. What happened to the trailer thief? You Joe whoop him. Oh, he went to prison, bro. Yeah, he went to prison. He got charged for stealing my trailer. He actually went to prison for like, I think 13 months or something, because he's a repeat offender. And my trailer is now just chilling. It's hanging out on the property of my old team, and they're taking care of it. So thank God. Thank you, Saxon. I appreciate you. We are officially 3:42 from Double Five Milk, but we're closing up on the end of the stream. I told EVS 2 hours, I think. I think that's what I told him. I don't remember actually. But
I enjoyed it. It went by real quick.
Yeah, dude. Probably because I'm drinking. Dude, it was a fantastic show. A lot of fun conversations. A lot of stuff I love talking about. The only thing that sucks is I would love to talk to other people that are involved in this whole like community thing and see what they have to say, but fucking I can't. No, come on, it's not gonna happen. Like, you bitches, I just want to talk. Like I'm not weird and accusatory, and I don't shame anybody. I think it's fun to have the conversation and come to like kind of like a consensus. Maybe we can work things out and have a good time in the process. But no, everybody just wants to be mad, which is gay. Let's be honest, it's very gay.
Yeah. Just do what I say, and everybody will be okay. Because what I say generally, just think of me as Papa EVS. What I say is going to lead you the right way. So just stop with the tribalism. Let's all get along, and just accept criticism. Criticism is good. It's healthy, especially when it's well thought out. And let's try to make good comic books that we're selling, because we're selling them to a lot of people, but if we're selling them something that's not good, it doesn't matter. Selling culture warriors comic books based on the culture war that aren't any good or you're not growing as a creator is meaningless. What you want is a good story.
Yeah,
a good story can become a movie, and that's $1 billion. So I don't know. I wish people would listen to me, but they won't.
I would love $1 billion.
They won't.
I would have so many Ferraris.
What would we do with $1 billion?
God, I don't even know. Jesus, I would start a NASCAR truck team. I would drive. I would have Ferraris. I'd have a giant farm. I'd have like donkeys just for fun. God, it'd be
donkeys.
Great. Yeah, because they're funny. You can like play fetch with them and they scream. It's cool.
Yeah, when I went to Timcast, they have a chicken coop in their backyard. Big chicken coop.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, why not have some chickens? I never thought of that. They love their chickens over there. I don't know what they do with them.
I had somebody reach out for me from Timcast, like a booking agent one time, like a year ago, and then they disappeared. I also had Keemstar reach out to me for the LolCow podcast. Somebody that Keemstar hired to book people reached out to me for the LolCow podcast with Boogie and DSP and Wings, and then that never happened. It's kind of gay. was like, well, God, all these great opportunities, and I got fucked.
Yeah,
do all these things because I feel
you got to follow up. You got to follow up. You know.
Yeah, I have the imposter syndrome extremely like severely. So when I have big guests on, like if I have like Razor Fist, he came on recently. I'm like, I don't feel like I belong. I'm a random dude. I left the trailer park at 20, was married for 7 years, left a dead end job, started YouTube a few years ago, and here I am. So it all feels real weird, you know.
You're good at this. So
well, I appreciate it.
Good personality.
It's the whiskey. Oh yeah. Well, I'll ask you if you're interested in doing Fight Milk. And if
I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say no.
Okay, good.
I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound good.
It's chugging milk and eggs.
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, good. Great. You get to avoid it. Then you're free to leave. We hit 2 hours. We covered every damn thing possible. I know you were live with the Kings for a while, Comic Kings, for 3-4 hours before you even came here. So
this was a big live streaming night for me. But God bless. See you later, and love to the chat. Thank you very much, Camelot. Have a good night.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Ethan. So make sure you guys follow Ethan. Make sure you back his Extermination Planet, Red Extermination, Cyberfrog 3. It is in the chat right now. Give him some love. But we are going to do Naked Snake and then Fight Milk. We were a little shy of double Fight Milk, 348 away or 342. I can't do the math. But we're going to do Naked Snake right now, and then we're going to do Fight Milk, and then we will raid Nick Rekieta. It's my first show back in a long time, so we're 10 minutes shorter, a little bit, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Real quick, let's hear the musical stylings of Alex Jones, and let's do all the shit. Thank you guys so much. Thor Odinson, by the way. How you doing, buddy? I see you, man. Thank you for being here. And anybody else, if you are, I don't want to say it this way because it sounds gay like Twilight, but if you're team, Eric or team Comicsgate, try to look inside yourself to kind of see that everybody wants the same thing. There are a lot of good people involved in it. And I would try to rise above tribalism. Tribalism's gay, man. Let's hear some Alex Jones. I'm going to go grab the Fight Milk supplies, and then we're going to have a good time. Thanks, EVS, for getting us there. Get on it, Doug. All right, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here's time for some musical stylings of Alex Jones. And then we got the 231st Naked Snake. Let's go.
System, the company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin, and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot, then the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil, and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very world Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
We're back, boys. Let's give a big shout out to some of these people in this chat that are too wild to be contained on CamelCast 73 with Ethan Van Sciver. Amazing show, fantastic show, a lot of great content, a lot of great conversations, and a lot of reasonable things said. And I would implore some other people to come on and talk about it. A lot of fun and see other viewpoints. So if you're watching, hey, come on, it'd be fun. Billy Hatcher, I love you, dude. I appreciate you. My boy Sean, let's get that streaming setup going, my friend. Patrick Williamson maxed out with $500 in super chats. Dude's a maniac. God, what a man. Thank you so much, dude. That's so helpful. Like, you don't even know. This is like my life, and I appreciate that. You supporting my channel and my content. Psycho Crusher, got Fight Milk. Oh, we do. Trent Westbrook, appreciate you. Love you guys. It was a red ass night. We were one pink boy from a rainbow night, but it was a red night all damn night. So thank you guys so much. We're gonna do Fight Milk and Naked Snake now. If you have any reservations about that, speak up now, or forever hold your peace. Thank you guys. Here we go. 231 naked snakes in a row. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Grim says, oh shit, hold on. Grim says, about to have my first ever Fight Milk. I'm using Kraken Black Spice Rum. Dude, Kraken's the goat. Love Kraken. Dude, I used to drink Kraken every single freaking night back in the day. Thank you, dude. What about Naked Snake? Oh, Naked Fight. Oh, well, I will be doing Naked Snake Fight Milk. Yes, of course. That goes without saying. Thank you, Grim. I appreciate you guys. I think it's time to bring on Dick. I'm gonna get Dick on soon. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. But I would love to have somebody like Eric or somebody on to talk about it. Be fun. See what's going down, and then because then everybody's gonna be like, well, you're just bringing on only these people, which is true because they're the only people that will come on. Man. You know, it's how it is. So here we go. It's time for Naked Snake for 231 streams in a row. Get on it, Doc. Oh my God, are you ready, Sonia? Let's go. It's time for Naked Snake. Like the stream, everybody. We're almost to 600. Get it on, dog it. Get on it, dog on it. Have Cecil on. Oh yeah, he never joined. That's so good. Damn you, Cecil. It was a great show. Great show without Cecil. Alan's the first one. You guys ready? Here we go.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night.
Here we go.
What a thrill. I'm searching, now melting to you. Fear in my heart.
Let's go. 231, boys.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Ooh.
In my time, there be nobody else. Here we go. 231. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Here's the best part, everyone.
Someday you'll go red. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my God! I tell you, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Oh my God. in my time. There be nobody else. Let's go! Cry. It's the way I fly to you. Can you believe it? I'm still in a dream. Snake eater. 231 naked snakes in a row. Damn. Can you believe it? 50 likes away from the goal. Give us some love. Here we go. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Thank you guys so much for all your support. 231 naked snakes in a row is nearly 2 straight years. 2 straight years. And by years, I mean not The Sims. Okay, not Roller Coaster Tycoon. Not Sim City. I mean 2 years in Earth years in real life. In real life on this channel, 2 years. I was 31 years old the last time we did not hit Naked Snake. Crazy. Crazy. And we hit Fight Milk as well. The first stream back from my vacation. Thank you guys so much. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Lord Dr. Wookie, I love you, my friend. Thank you. Let's do some Fight Milk. We were 339 away from double Fight Milk. We were close. Yes. Been a lot of fun. Now you're getting old. I am getting old, but I'm working out every day as hard as I can to try to keep it going. My diet starts soon, and I'm going to go as hard as I've ever went in my entire life with dieting. I will not falter. I will not fail. It is going to be a new chapter. Naked Snake ab is coming. Shredded to the gills. Naked Snake's coming. I hope you guys are ready because I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Somebody said 115K just for stripping. Is that the math for that? That's pretty insane. How many naked snakes have we had so far? Like total? Oh, I have no idea. A lot. I've been doing it since day one. Sonia says, if you enjoy the content, consider becoming a member. It's $4.99, I think. Make sure you become a member. Helps me out a lot. It's like $4.99. Get on it, doggone it. A lot of fun. All right, let's do this. Time for some Fight Milk, and then we're going to call it a day. We're going to raid Nick Ricada, my boy. It's his first stream back from vacation as well, so we're going to give my boy some love. Give him some love for his, because he's been on vacation, and you know how that first stream back, well, you might not know, but I know it's very stressful. It's very nerve-wracking. I know it seems strange to say that we get nervous, but we do. Every time I come back, I'm always so nervous. If I could explain to you how nervous I was for today, I could bring back the yearly subscription. Is there not one? I've never changed anything. I guess I'll look. Only 1,300 calories a day, Victor. That's the way you do it, my friend. That's the way you do it. I do 1,600, and then I do high intense cardio. I'm gonna be shred. I'm tired of feeling like I'm half-assing it, right? I want to be a monster. So I want to be in the best shape of my life at 34 years of age. When I turn 34 this year, I want to be at the best shape I've ever been in. That is my goal for this year. And then after that, my goal is to win a race this year. I think it's very possible with the team I'm on. I'm racing full-time next year. So I want to hit 2 of those goals. Those are my 2 goals this year. Win a race and get in the best shape I've ever been in. That is the goal. 2 eggs for the low price of $3.31. No pun intended there. We can do 2 more and 2 more shots of whiskey. But if not, it's time for Fight Milk. Let's go. Here we go. All right, let's pour the milk, the delicious milk. It's been a while since I did Fight Milk, boys. It's been a while. Had fun on vacation. Yes, it was great seeing all my boys, Sean, Big Mike, Ballard, of course, everybody that was involved. So much fun, as usual. Had a lot of fun. Met some new people. Oh, Carrie. I don't think she was in here today, but she was fun. She's really quiet, but she's fun. So a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Cosplay as the hamster. Yes. So the hamster in AlphaCore is awesome. And I love the fucking buff hamster is my favorite thing. I love it, dude. Love the buff hamster. He's my boy. But yeah. Is that any good together? No. Fight milk does not taste good. Unfortunately. Here is where's my whiskey? There it is. Here's the whiskey. It is 45.2% alcohol, 90 proof, Woodford Reserve. It's my preferred whiskey. It gives me no hangover, which I don't understand how that's possible. I can black out on that shit. No hangover. So let's go. Here we go. And that'll be for the one going once, going twice on Double Fight Milk. Sean, that was a blast. Yeah, Sean, we need to have you stop by my house for like 3 days. Maybe sometime during the winter, early spring. That'd be fun. Huawei's good whiskey. Do you know how much Woodford I have in my house? It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. It's time for Fight Milk. Make sure you like the show. We're 48 likes away from that delicious stretch goal. 48 likes. Is it possible? Is it possible, guys? Is it possible? I need to know if it's possible, guys. Hey, Krista McGough! Hey! Krista McGough is back with a pink boy. Damn. And guys, it's an official rainbow night right at the end. There was 8 red boys, 1 pink boy. Krista McGough did it. Thank you. I appreciate you, Chris. To McGough. I love you, dude. My boy coming in at the last second with that damn pink boy. Spicing the show up. I appreciate you. Thank you, Krista McGough. Thank you, Patrick. All the red boys. I know I've talked a lot, but Billy, I love you. Sean, my boy. Can't wait to see you again. Patrick Williamson with 4 red boys. Holy shit. Psycho Crusher. Trent Westbrook. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the goats. The goats today. It's time for Fight Milk. It is time for Fight Milk. That put us 280 away from Double Fight Milk, by the way. So you got until the music starts, or until the music hits the drop. That's what you got till. Rainbow Clutch. It's time, boys. CAMELCAST 73. Ethan Van Sciver. Huge show. Fun show. Share it with you boys on Twitter. Keep the post alive. Share it on your Facebooks when it goes live. Fun show. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And I'm so thankful Ethan came on to hang out with me because I really needed a fun conversation, and he always delivers. Get on it, dunk on it. Make sure you follow my booking agent account on Twitter. It is very helpful. Share it. Share all the posts in there. It posts all my content and everything. Since I don't have that outlet anymore, it helps out a lot. So make sure you follow that. All the memes are on there as well and all that good stuff. So it's all there. Give it some love. Get on it, dog on it. Here we go. Time for naked Fight Milk. Let's do this. Here we go. Fight Milk. Fight Milk on a Monday. My first stream back. My first stream of the entire month. Starting off strong. If every stream's like this month, the time off won't even be affected. Thank God. Zaluk, I love you. I appreciate you. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for Fight Milk? It's time. Thank you for all the subscribes. If you're not subscribed, please get on it, doggone it. We're almost at 223,000. Let's do this. CAMELCAST 73 with Naked Snake. Let's go. guys so much. We will be back Wednesday for another CamelCast. CamelCast 74, unannounced guest. You're going to love it. We'll be back tomorrow with a new video. Don't forget, new video tomorrow coming out. Make sure you share it. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on Locals. If you're not part of our Locals, make sure you join it for exclusive streams, exclusive content, exclusive pictures of my nutsack. Don't forget, also, Twitter as well. Share everything on there. The only reason, and I am not exaggerating, the only reason why we have great shows, why this channel continues to be successful, is because the people in this chat right here. My videos do all right. 20K, 30K, 50K. They do all right. But it's because of these shows and these people that have been here since day one. Renee Galarza, Tristan, Alan Jones, Sonia. These people, Patrick Williamson, Tristan, fucking Trent Westbrook, Krista McGough. People have been here for years. Continue to support the show. Sean, Billy Hatcher. It's because of you guys. So I appreciate you. There is not a community like this on all of YouTube. All of YouTube. And I appreciate that. And I'm so thankful to be a part of it because I'm a redneck dude from Alabama. I don't deserve this shit. Side note, congratulations to Ryan Blaney for winning his first NASCAR Cup Series championship. I've met him several times. I've talked to him, had conversations. He's a great dude, and he deserves the shit out of it. Love that man. I'll see you guys over on Nick Rekieta's show. Make sure you join the stream. Give him some love in the chat and say Cam Raid. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the video. Share it. Get on it. Dog. Go on it.